I've been working at a small tech repair shop for about 6 years, long enough to watch good people come and go, and to learn that loyalty doesn't mean much when management changes hands. When I first started, it was perfect. The old owner, Paul, was a quiet, kind man in his 50s who actually cared about people, customers, and employees alike. We weren't a big corporate chain. It was a small, local place that thrived on reputation. We fixed everything from cracked iPhones to old school laptops that people just couldn't let go of. Sometimes we even did data recovery for businesses that didn't trust the big guys. Paul treated every customer like they were family. We closed early some Fridays, grab burgers together, and talk shop. There was pride in what we did, fixing something broken, bringing it back to life. Then Paul sold the store. Enter Greg. Greg was everything Paul wasn't. Loud, smug, and always acting like he was the smartest person in the room. He strutted around like a corporate hotshot, expensive watch, shiny shoes, and a vocabulary that included way too many buzzwords. Customer experience optimization, workflow synergy, revenue expansion potential. It didn't take long to realize Greg had no clue how repairs actually worked. He was from retail management, not technical repair. Still, he came in swinging, rearranging everything. He replaced our old tracking software with some clunky efficiency suite, demanded that we start selling accessories, and even made us wear matching polos with a new logo. He called it rebranding. We called it ruining the vibe. At first, I tried to be patient. I'd been there the longest, so I trained new hires, kept things running smoothly, and handled the tough customers. But Greg was obsessed with numbers. He'd hover over our shoulders, counting how long each repair took, comparing us like we were on some assembly line. One day, a woman came in furious that her phone wouldn't turn on after one of the new guys had cleaned the charging port. I popped it open and saw that the rookie had ripped the connector right off the board. I told Greg, "It needs a board-level repair. I can fix it in a few hours." He waved it off. "Nah, just tell her it's water damage. Cheaper to replace it." I stared at him. "That's lying. We can fix it." He shrugged. "She signed a waiver. It's not our problem." I refused. "No, I'm not going to lie to a customer." He smirked and said, "If you can't follow my system, maybe you're not as essential as you think." That line, "not as essential as you think," stuck in my head like a splinter. From then on, everything changed. Greg started freezing me out. He gave all the easy jobs to others, stopped scheduling me on busy days, and started micromanaging every little thing I did. He even started taking credit for my repairs. I'd fix a phone that 3 other people couldn't, and he'd tell the customer, "I personally oversaw that one. It was petty, but I kept my cool." I wasn't going to stoop to his level. Until one day, karma handed me the perfect setup. A local law firm had been one of our longtime clients. We maintained their backup system, redundant hard drives storing years of legal documents. Paul used to check it himself once a month to make sure everything was synced. Greg didn't care about that. He called it wasted time. He streamlined the process by having a new guy set up an automated sync script. No manual verification. No redundancy checks. Big mistake. About 2 months later, we got a frantic call from the law firm. Their main drive had failed, and none of their backups were working. When Greg heard, he tried to play it cool. "Don't worry, I'll handle this." I could see the panic behind his fake confidence. He went to back, hooked up the drives, and after 10 minutes of clicking around, came out looking pale. "Hey, can you take a look?" he muttered. I opened the logs, total corruption. The sync script hadn't been saving properly for months. Years of client data gone. He whispered, "Can we fix it?" I thought for a second and said, "Maybe, but it'll take time. Manual sector recovery. Probably all night." He sighed in relief. "Good, good. Do it." I crossed my arms. "Not for free. You said I wasn't essential. So if I stay all night, I want that in writing. Raise. Lead tech title. Retroactive back pay for the overtime you've been denying. He blinked. Are you blackmailing me? I shrugged. Call it negotiation. He gritted his teeth, then hissed. Fine. Just fix it. I stayed all night. I ran data carving software, manually repaired file tables, and cloned sectors one by one. It was mind-numbing, but I managed to recover almost everything. Around 4 a.m., I finally saw the directory tree rebuild, nearly 95% of their files restored. When I called Greg, he almost cried. The next morning, the law firm came in to pick up their data. They were thrilled. One of the lawyers even shook my hand and said, "You're a lifesaver." They posted a glowing Google review, naming me personally. Corporate saw it. They also saw the previous reviews complaining about poor management and dishonest sales tactics. When the law firm mentioned they were considering pulling their contract until I saved them, that was the nail in the coffin. A week later, Greg got called to HQ for a performance review. He never came back. Corporate restructured the store. The next Monday, my name was on the schedule as lead technician, with a raise that was double what I'd asked for. They even asked me to help oversee training for other branches. For a while, I didn't say much. I just did my job and enjoyed the quiet. But every now and then, I'd see someone new walk in, a rookie trying to act like a boss before proving themselves, and I'd think about Greg. That smug look, that constant efficiency talk, the way he thought he could push people around without consequence. I never had to get revenge directly. I just let him fail by his own hand. Funny thing is, Greg was right in a way. I wasn't essential. Nobody is. But I made myself irreplaceable. And in the end, that's the only job security you'll ever really have. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to not miss another upload.